What if the key to dominating your industry in 2024 and 2025 is already within your company? And no, I'm not talking about your sales and marketing team. I'm talking about your client success team. Stick along while I reveal the main reasons why you can't afford to ignore this strategic weapon that you have within your company. And if you don't already have them, you might want to stick around so you can see how bringing on a CSM can change the trajectory of your company's future. First, let's dive into the history and the evolution of client success and where it has gone from a reactive client services type of role to a proactive, strategic revenue and growth driving role. I'm going to spend today's video looking at it from a software as a service, or as some might like to call it, success as a service perspective. In the technology landscape, in the software as a service business, or in any of the B2B or B2C business models, you're always evolving. Everything in technology is constantly updating and changing, and you need to as well. In 2024, that is no different. You need to be on your A game, and that's where your client success team comes into focus. In the past, customer success may have been known as account managers, SDRs, customer service representatives, CX representatives. They all tie in under the same basket. And within an organization, that's typically going to be your sales and your marketing team. The reason why in 2024 it's so crucial to have a client success team is because they are the front line who can speak to the client's needs and can understand the client's want, catered to helping a customer and working more closely with them. But as of recently, and as of the last couple of years, client success has been blowing up left and right amongst organizations. The reason being is they don't want a reactive type of person similar to your customer support teams and your onboarding teams who are getting an issue or hearing a demand and then creating a solution or resolving a problem. In client success, the goal is to be a little bit different. It is to partner with your customer. Some would even call it white glove service with your customer. So that way you can learn the ins and outs of their business, their pain points, as well as some of the items that you might be able to assist with that they don't even know you're able to assist with. Over the last few years, the shift from a customer service to a strategic client success role has been drastic. In any business, the goal is growth and turning a profit. And in 2024, that is no different. What we are doing is we are emphasizing the need for a client success team, someone that can be proactive, reach out to clients, ask for feedback, create plans so as to maximize growth for both the client as well as for your organization. They can drive growth. They can present products and services that are coming out. They can work with teams to get feedback to share amongst your other divisions. They are a one-stop shop for insights within the relationship with your client. And who doesn't want to know more about their customer at the end of the day? Not only is your client success manager going to help reduce churn, they're also going to help you maximize different revenue opportunities. When you think at the end of the day, their job is to work with 25 or 50 of your accounts, and their goal is to proactively reach out, do check-ins, see if there's any opportunities where they can potentially provide a solution or a service that your company offers. And at the end of the day, if that solution is a good one and fits or fixes a problem that that team is experiencing, not only do you have a happier client, but at your monthly revenue also is increasing. So it's a win-win for both teams. When you have a win-win like that, you turn customers into advocates. And we know that word of mouth goes a long way in any type of business. It's a twofold type of role. You have the part where you are an advocate for the client, but then you are also a liaison for the organization. So your job as the client success manager is being able to cater to the customer's needs while also servicing the business's wants. A business needs to make revenue. They need to increase that revenue. They need to have renewals. They can't have customers leaving. That's important. And as a CSM, that's your job. But then your job on the other side is working with the customer up close to find out what their real needs are, what the problems that they're experiencing are. And your goal at the end of the day is to find solutions or to find options that can make their day-to-day lives easier, or save them money, or save them time. Spending less time concentrating on little things within the organization, they're spending a lot more time growing. Those are the crucial things that can differentiate you as a CSM versus anybody else. And if you're a manager or an owner or a CEO that's looking for a CSM, the traits that you need to look for are someone that can communicate, someone that can build relationships, someone that's responsible. And from a high level perspective as an organization, your goal is to have someone who can speak to what your company's best at and can offer solutions to your clients that can continue to grow that NARR or MRR, however your business operates. One of the goals with having a client success team is driving customer retention and increasing customer loyalty. Customer stickiness in any business is important. Your client success team is the front line for everything related to the client's needs and related to client feedback. What you can expect from a client success manager, at least a good one, is somebody who's going to be able to have empathy and listen to customers' problems. They're going to be like an encyclopedia or an atlas of all the solutions that your team and company may offer, and then they'll be able to intelligently communicate that to the client so as that they can make an informed decision at the end of the day whether what they're being offered makes sense, is going to increase or make them more productive or efficient, and it has the best bang for their buck. A good client success manager is going to reduce customer churn, increase the account revenue, de-escalate situations, and act as a liaison and an advocate for the client on behalf of your organization. I promise in 2024 and 2025, if you can hire a client success manager and train them to be empathetic, to listen, to communicate effectively, and to be there as a advocate, as an asset, and not only as another salesman for your client, you will see dividends from that individual. But on top of driving the customer churn, on top of maximizing revenue, client success managers work as a great feedback loop between the client and your different teams, product, engineering. By having someone as a frontline person who is constantly communicating with the clients, they're able to hear about pain points that they are experiencing. They're able to hear the suggestions that clients make or the feedback that clients should suggest. We're in the second half of the year here, and everybody's trying to close out the year strong, whether that's closing deals that they already have within their pipelines, whether that's growing the pipeline so that they have deals come the beginning of the new year. Whatever the case is, making sure that you're getting feedback from your clients on things that you can improve or things that you can change to make their experience better might also help your organization increase revenue, hit your targets, or potentially close that next customer of yours. In most organizations, client success managers are going to work with every department, whether that's your solutions team, your engineering team, product, legal, marketing, you name it. Client success typically will have their hands in every pot within an organization. The reason being is client success managers are strategic positions within an organization. They have executive visibility, and with that comes a lot more responsibility. Client success managers have to be able to provide training materials, have to be able to provide demos, have to work with product and engineering teams in regards to enhancements and ticket requests. Sometimes you're going to have issues that come up where your client success managers are going to have to work with support to find resolutions or solutions to problems that your clients may be having. The name of the game is making sure that you have someone there every step of the way when your client reaches out. You don't want a client to reach out to a customer service line to get pricing on an upgrade and then to be transferred around 5 or 6 times. When you have a client success manager, that customer knows they have a point of contact that they can reach out to and ask those questions to. And if it's a good client success manager that's well trained, that customer knows they have an invaluable asset that can change the course of their future and their organization's trajectory. By having a client success team, you can provide personalized and strategic support to your customers when it really matters. By having white glove service or having points of contact for your largest customers can be the difference between a customer leaving or a customer promoting your business to somebody else. And at the end of the day, word of mouth goes a long way. CSMs can be that personalized support and give you that competitive advantage that your other competition might not have. They might be the one thing that sets you apart and closes that next deal that allows your team to hit their quota or allows your business to move from that 7-figure category to the 8-figure. Or, it might make you go from a 5-figure earner to a 6-figure earner. And in 2024, you have to be willing to do everything it takes to set yourself apart. And a client success manager can do that for you. What I always loved to do in the business was case studies, being able to speak to a customer and understand why they chose your organization or your service or your product, and then over the course of time, how it's benefited them. What changes or what differences did it make to their organization that they've told others about? What could you have done differently to have won their business quicker? Or what could you have done differently to improve the product or service that you had offered? Case studies can go a long way, and having a client success manager who is proactively working with your customers, they're going to be the ones who can coordinate those. They're going to be the ones that can get the quotes that your marketing team uses for your websites. Or if you're sending out weekly or monthly newsletters, they can gather quotes from your clients that you can add into those newsletters or onto the company website that others can refer to. Nowadays, social media is a big thing. Most companies have Facebooks, they have LinkedIn, some even have YouTube channels. The more you can stick out and the more you can build a community and reach out to an audience, the more stickiness you're going to have with your product and your service. And by having client success managers working hand in hand with your clients, you're guaranteeing that you're doing everything possible to try fostering that relationship, reducing the churn that's potentially there, and also making sure that you have a happy customer at the end of the day. A happy customer is a potential referral, and a potential referral is something that you don't have to work for. That's somebody going out and speaking highly of your organization or bragging about why somebody might need it when they don't currently have it. That's the goal at the end of the day. If you can do a lot of legwork up front so that on the back end, referrals, word of mouth, case studies, quotes on your website from happy customers does the rest of the lifting, I think that's a win. That's a winning situation. I think that's a winning situation. If you can have customers that do the heavy lifting after you initially do it, everybody's winning. A well-supported client is typically going to be a vocal advocate. So the more that you can do to constantly be in that rhythm of communication, having a cadence of bi-weekly or monthly calls, that's going to set you apart. At the end of the day, in 2024, it's never been more important to set yourself apart and strategically get to know your customers. By exploring a client success division or bringing on client success managers, you're able to really go that extra mile when it comes to understanding your customers' needs and work to fulfill those needs. Hopefully fulfill a few wants that maybe even they don't know about yet. That's the goal. A good client success manager can really change your business. A bad one can be detrimental. Stick around on this channel because we're going to go through a lot more topics that are going to help you pick the right people, support the right people, and at the end of the day, keep customers happy and make more money. Thanks for watching the video for this long. Greatly appreciate every one of you. And don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button.